Okay, hello YouTube, Luke here again. Next video here for Arc V Tag Force Special. Now, I had a few people ask me for deck recipes and profiles for the decks. So I'll start off with this one here, the Nekroz, probably my favourite out of them. I use it the most and just about the most powerful I have. So start off with, I have 25 monsters. Dance Princess of the Nekroz, 2 Denko Sekka, Jin Release of Rituals, 2 Manju of the 10,000 Hands, 3 Senju of the 1,000 Hands, kind of tongue twist there, it's like 10,000 and 1,000, so yeah. 2 Shuret Strategist of the Nekroz, 3 Nekroz of Bryonic, 2 Nekroz of Clausolus, 1 Nekroz of Gungnir, 2 Nekroz of Trishula, 3 Nekroz of Unicorn, and 2 Nekroz of Valkyris. And spells, we've got 15, Book of Moon, Dark Hole, 2 Mystical Space Typhoon, 2 Nekroz Cycle, 2 Nekroz Kaleidoscope, 2 Nekroz Mirror, Pot of Avarice, 3 Preparation of Rites, Reinforcement of the Army. No traps, as you can see. Dance Princess of the Nekroz, your opponent cannot activate cards or effects in response to the activation of Nekroz Ritual spell cards. Nekroz Ritual monsters you control cannot be targeted by opponent's card effects. If this card is tributed by a card effect, you can target one of your banished Nekroz monsters, except Dance Princess of the Nekroz, and add it to your hand. You can only use the effect of Dance Princess of the Nekroz once per turn. Made a spelling error up there. Where is it? N-O-N-E-C-R-Z. But that doesn't matter. But anyway, you normal summon her, so they can't respond. And also, your monsters cannot be targeted while she's on the field. So she's got a couple of useful effects. Plus, of course, you can add a banished one. You do banish your banished deck. So that's your banish. You get the banish one when she's tributed. So 2 Denko Sekka, it cannot be special summoned. While you control no set spell or trap cards, neither player can set spell or trap cards, nor activate spell or trap cards on the field. And as you see, I've run no trap cards and barely anything that I set, so running 2 of this one. It's so basically just normal summon it. Opponent cannot respond unless it's like a like Solemn Warning, Solemn Judgment, etc. And they just can't set spell or trap cards, so you can make some plays freely with this guy. Jin Release of Rituals, when you ritual summon a monster, you can banish this card from the graveyard. It's one of the monsters required for the ritual summon. Now, if a player ritual summons a monster using this card, the other player cannot special summon while that ritual summon monster is face up on the field. So there's a couple of useful monsters you can use him for. But anyway, the main thing is you get him in the graveyard, or if he's in your hand, you special summon a ritual monster if he's used for that, and then your opponent cannot special summon as long as that monster is on the field, so it's a pretty good effect. If you watch my video against the World Championship decks, you see me Jin lock a couple of them. 3 Manju of the 10,000 Hands. When this card is normal summoned or flip summoned, you can add 1 ritual monster or ritual spell card from your deck to hand, so it's pretty powerful card in this deck. Just any ritual spell, it's a very good card. Also got 3 Senju of the 1,000 Hands. When this card is normal or flip summoned, you can add 1 ritual monster card from your deck to hand. So it's only ritual monster, but still it's good anyway. Plus it helps with your rank 4 plays, Jin locking, etc. 2 Shuret Strategist the Nekroz. If you ritual summon exactly 1 Nekroz monster, ritual monster with the card effect that requires the use of the monsters, that means you ritual spell cards. This card can be used as the entire requirement. So basically, that's even if it's in the graveyard. Like if you use the Nekroz Mirror, which can banish monsters from the graveyard, you can just banish him for the entire tribute. Now, if this card is tributed by a card effect, that's if it's tributed from the hand, you can add a warrior type Nekroz ritual monster from your deck to your hand. You can only use the effect of Shuret Strategist of Nekroz once per turn. So basically, you get the warrior search, which is like your Bryonic, Clausolus, Valkyris, and you just be using the entire tribute, so it's very good. 3 Nekroz of Bryonic, well, pretty much the best card out of all of them. You can ritual summon this card with any Nekroz ritual spell card. Must be ritual summoned without using Nekroz of Bryonic. And cannot be special summoned by other ways. So all Nekroz ritual monsters cannot be special summoned except by the ritual spell. So that you can't break them by, bring them back from the graveyard and whatnot, like some other ritual monsters can be, I think. But anyway, you can only use one of these effects of Nekroz of Bryonic once per turn. Okay, you can discard this card, add 1 Nekroz monster from your deck to hand. So that's just any Nekroz monster, that's why it's so good. The second one is you can, while it's on the field, you can target up to 2 face-up monsters on the field that were special summoned from the extra deck and shuffle them into the deck. So just, summon this guy. Your opponent's got monsters, extra deck monsters on the field. You can just return them back to where they go. Back to where they're from anyway. So its first effect is the one I've always used. Just discard it, search whatever you want. It starts off a pretty good combo play. Depending on what hand you get. 2 Nekroz of Clausaulis. You can ritual summon this card with any ritual spell card. Must be ritual summoned and cannot be special summoned by other ways. You can only use each of these effects of Nekroz of Clausaulis once per turn. You can discard this card, add 1 Nekroz spell or trap card from your deck to hand. So that adds your ritual cards. Don't think there's any trap cards yet. During either player's turn, you can target 1 face-up monster that was special summoned from the extra deck until the end of that turn. This turn, sorry. That target's attack becomes 0. Also, that target's effects are negated. So it's basically like a skill drain. Once per turn skill drain. It makes it attack 0 if it's on the field. Also, from the hand, just discard it, get your spell card. Nekroz of Gungnir, you can ritual summon this card with any Nekroz ritual spell card. Must be ritual summoned without using any level 7 monsters. And cannot be special summoned by other ways. You can only use these effects of the Nekroz of Gungnir once per turn. Once is during either player's turn, you can discard this card, then target 1 Nekroz monster you control. It cannot be destroyed by battle or by card effects this turn, so it's a protection card. Also, during either player's turn, you can discard 1 Nekroz card, then target 1 card in the field and destroy it. Discard Nekroz card and destroy a card. So it's not a bad card. It's I always have it at 1 because it can protect. I don't normally summon it, but I just like its protection once per turn. 2 Nekroz of Trishula. You can ritual summon this card with any Nekroz ritual spell card. Must be ritual summoned without using any level 9 monsters. It cannot be special summoned by other ways. Actually, yeah, that's can I go? It just does that one. Actually, anyway, where were I? Now, you can only use these effects of Nekroz of card, of course. Now, during either player's turn, when a card or effect activated that targets a Nekroz monster or you control, you can discard this card, negate the activation. So that's just negates it. So it's pretty good, stops your monsters from being targeted. Now, when this card is ritual summoned, you can banish exactly 3 of your opponent's cards, 1 each from the hand, field, or graveyard. The card in the hand is chosen random, so they have to have exactly 3 cards, 1 on the field, 1 in the hand, 1 in the graveyard to use that effect. You can't use it if you don't. If they don't have one of them. 3 Nekroz of Unicorn, ritual summon this card with any Nekroz ritual spell card, can't be summoned other ways, blah blah blah. Now, okay, you can discard this card, then target 1 Nekroz card in your graveyard except Nekroz of Unicorn and add it to your hand. You can only use this effect of Nekroz Unicorn once per turn. Also, while it's on the field, it negates the effects of all face-up monsters that were special summoned from the extra deck. So it's a skill drain for all monsters that were special summoned from the extra deck. And also you can, once per turn, discard it and get a Nekroz monster from your graveyard to your hand. 2 Nekroz of Valkyris can ritual summon it, except using monsters that are level 8. Okay, so once per turn, its effects are: when an opponent's monster declares an attack, you can banish 1 Nekroz card from your graveyard and discard this card and negate the attack in the battle phase. So that's a pretty useful effect at times. Just in the battle phase by banishing a card and discarding this one. And second one is during your main phase, this is the one when it's on the field, you can tribute up to 2 monsters from your hand and your side of the field, and if you draw the same number of cards you tribute, so it can give you a bit of draw power if you need it. And now onto the spells. Book of Moon helps protect at times. Also, you can use it on your Manjus and Senjus as well. That helps. Dark Hole. Obviously you want to destroy your opponent's monsters on the field. 2 Mystical Space Typhoon. Target 1 spell card in the field, destroy it. Okay, Nekroz Cycle. This card is used to ritual summon any Nekroz ritual monster. Offer monsters from your hand or your field, then ritual summon 1 Nekroz monster from your hand or graveyard. See, this one's a little different. This one can special summon a monster from your hand or that's in the graveyard, whose level equals the total levels of those monsters. You can only use the effect of Nekroz Cycle once per turn. Now, Each Nekroz ritual card also has this effect. If you control no monsters, you can banish this card and one Nekroz monster from your graveyard to add one Nekroz spell card from your deck hand. All of them have that. So, I mean, one really good thing is if you have a Trish in the graveyard and Shura in your hand, you activate this Tribute Shura, special Trish from the hand, plus and banish a lot of stuff. Now, Nekroz Kaleidoscope also has a different effect. You summon. This card is used to ritual summon any number of Nekroz ritual monsters. You can summon more than one if you have the right conditions. Now, offer one monster from your hand or field, or send one monster from your extra deck to the graveyard. Also, after that, ritual summon any number of Nekroz monsters whose total levels equal the levels of that monster. You can only use this effect of Nekroz Colossal once per turn. Once per turn, you banish it, Nekroz monsters, add Nekroz spell trap. Okay, so basically, depending on what cards in your hand, you can send the extra deck monster from the extra deck to the graveyard as the required monster for those summons. Most common players obviously just send Arclight to Unicorn because then Arclight gets the plus from it. You'll see that soon. To Nekroz Mirror, this card is used to ritual summon any Nekroz ritual monster, of course. Offer monsters from your hand and or banish Nekroz monsters from your graveyard. So once again, different effect. Then special summon one monster from your hand, whose level equals that of those monsters you banish. Once per turn, blah blah blah. Again, Pot of Avarice, target 5 monsters in your graveyard, shuffle all 5 into the deck, then draw 2 cards, so you can just recycle. This is a great card. It's banned in the TCG. 3 Preparation of Rites. This is really good. Now, you can add 1 level 7 or lower ritual monster from your deck to your hand, then add 1 ritual spell card from your graveyard to your hand. So if you've used... so basically, it's... Any of the ritual monsters that are level 7 or lower, you can add to your hand, and also if you've got a ritual a ritual spell card in your graveyard that you've used previously, you can just add it back. Obviously, you can only use each one of these once per turn, so you can't go absolutely ballistic and just can't use them over and over again. It'd be a bit unfortunate, it'd be a bit unfair if you could do that. And lastly, last not least, is Reinforcement of the Army. Add 1 level 4 lower warrior type monster from your deck to your hand. So this is your Shurit or your Klaus Horler, so it's just there as an added bonus. Okay, as for the extra deck, Black Rose Dragon, Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon, Castel the Sky Blast Musketeer, Celestial Wolflord Blue Sirius, Diegust Emerald, Evil Swarm Exciton Knight, Gargia Cowboy, Herald of the Arc Light. 3 of them. I'll just go through it. Lavalval Chain, Solon Honor Arc, Magna Zero, Rhapsody Berserk, Outer God Nyala. Okay, so I'll start off with Black Rose Drag. You don't need to worry about its effect. It's just a Kaleidoscope target. Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon is a Kaleidoscope target for 12. Is you only have to hop from the extra deck. Remember, this is a card. It doesn't have to be like Synchro Monster. It just has to be in the extra deck. So Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon is one of those. Like level 12 is like if you want to summon like a Trishula and a Klaus Horler at the same time, or 2 Bryonics if you've got them in your hand, something like that. Castel the Skyblast Master Tier, 2 level 4 monsters. You can detach 1 Exceed material from this card, then target 1 face-up monster on the field, change it to face-down defense position. You can detach 2 materials from this card, target 1 other face-up card on the field, shuffle it into the deck. You can only use 1 Castel Skyblast Master per turn, and only once that turn, so he can actually just send annoying cards back into the deck. He's a very good card. Celestial Wolflord Blue Sirius is just a Kaleidoscope target. This one gets your Bryonic out, unless you've got like 2 like Klaus Horlers in your hand. Diagusto Emerald, 2 level 4 monsters. Once per turn, you can detach material, activate 1 of these effects. Target 3 monsters in your graveyard, shuffle all 3 into deck, draw 1 card, so it recycles. Second one is target 1 non-effect monster in your graveyard, special summon that. We've got none. We don't have any normal monsters here, but basically it's just the first effect to use. Evil Swarm Exciton Knight, 2 level 4. Once per chain, during your main phase, your opponent's battle phase, if your opponent has more total cards in their hand and in their side on the field than you do, you can detach a material from this card, destroy all other cards on the field. Also, your opponent takes no further damage this turn. This is a quick effect, so you can just wipe out an entire field if you lost a bit of advantage or just want to use it. Gargia Cowboy, 2 level 4. Once per turn, detach a material from this card, and it gets an effect depending on its position. attack position. If this card attacks an opponent's monster this turn, it gains 1000 attack. Also, the opponent's monster loses 500 attack during the damage step happening. Now, if it's in defense position, inflict 800 damage to your opponent. You can win a lot of games with that effect. That's why everyone plays Cowboys in most decks. 3 Herald of the Arclight. Now, this is the key monster. One tune. You don't have to worry about the tuner deck. This is the Kaleidoscope target for Unicorn. Now, any monster, you don't have to worry about that effect. Let's just go. Now, here it is. If this card is sent to the graveyard, you can add one ritual monster or ritual spell card from your deck to your hand. So if you use Kaleidoscope, it's a Manju basically when it hits the graveyard. It's just ridiculously powerful, and you can get some killer combos off of it. Laval Chain. This guy is good in this deck. Once per turn, you can detach material, activate one of these effects. Now, send one card from your deck to the graveyard. Mostly, you'd probably send the Djinn for a Djinn locking plays. And the other one is choose one monster from your deck and place it on top of your deck. So that's a good way if you want to, I don't know, maybe put like a Manju on top or something anyway. Just depends what you want to do at the time. Solemn Honor Arc to level 4. You can detach 2 materials from this card. Target one special summon monster your opponent controls and face-up attack position. Attach it to this card as a face-up material. You can only use this effect of number 101 Solemn Honor Arc once per turn, so it can take a special summon monster, attach it, and bye-bye to their monster. Now also, once per turn, if this face-up card would be destroyed, you can attach a material instead from this card, so it can protect itself, and it can also take your opponent's monster. Ragnar 0 to level 4. Once per turn during either player's turn, you can detach a material from this card, then target one face-up attack position monster your opponent controls, whose current attack is different from its original attack. Destroyed, and if you do, draw on cards. So what that means, if its attack is different than its normal attack, like maybe spell card, trap card, or something, monster effect that did it, destroy that monster and draw a card. And Rhapsody in Berserk is, once you can target one face-up exceed monster you control, equip this monster you control to that target, it gains 1200 attack. Now also, you can detach one material from this card, then target one card in your opponent's graveyard, banish that target. You can use it up to twice per turn, so you can use all of its effects in one turn. Banish 2 cards, then equip it in one turn if you want to. Outer God Nyala, the last card. This card's is very powerful. Now, when this card is exceed something, you can discard any number of cards, increase this card's rank by 1 for each card discarded. You won't see me do that though, unless I need one more monster in there for like Pot of Avarice or something. Or maybe I just need a monster from the hand in the graveyard for some reason, I don't know. But anyway, this is the one you mostly do. Now, once per turn, if this card has material, you can target one monster in your graveyard, detach all exceed materials from this card, and if you do, attach that monster to this card as an exceed effect. And if you do, this card's type and tribute become that exceed material's original type and defense. Now, pay no attention to that one there, unless, like, some certain situation requires you to do that. But basically, what this card does is it adds Herald. It attaches Herald to itself. So during your opponent's turn or your turn, if Outer God Nyala is destroyed, Herald of the Arclight goes to the graveyard once again, you get its effect. Or if it comes back to your turn, you activate its effect again. You detach the Arclight, add anything, and Herald of Arclight's effect activates again. So you can just spam Herald's effect all day if you wanted to. Right, so yeah, that's it anyway. Take a look at it here. There you go, that's what it looks like. I did it the other way because it's kind of confusing when I'm doing them in alphabetical order. So that's why I did that. Alright, so I'll have a duel now so you can see how the deck works. Okay, so here we are, and this is a pretty decent hand. So the first thing I'm going to do is activate Manju of the 10,000 Hands. And what this will do. Okay, Artifact Sanctum. Right, so my monster's going to be destroyed. That's okay. Okay, so I'll add a Unicorn anyway. And So I will activate Book of Moon because Artifact Sanctum destroys a face-up card that I've got. So, alright, so I won't Lavalval chain Ginlock this turn, but what I can do is Ginlock in another way. So what I'm going to do is I am going to activate this. This here is a Nekroz Kaleidoscope. This is the one where I can send one from my extra deck. So I'm going to send the Herald of Arclight. That will get me the Unicorn. Okay. Okay, so Herald of the Arclight will activate. So what I want to do now is get myself, there's a few different options I can do here. So I'm going to get, okay, Source. This is one way of Ginlocking. I can do this, use the Nekroz cycle. And what I can do is summon this guy, sending that to the graveyard. So let's stick Klausaurus in defense. Alright, so he's Ginlocked now, so unless he destroys, she destroys Klausaurus, cannot special summon. Oh. Well, there goes my Unicorn. Alright, so I'll just end there. Hyperion, I guess. That's a normal summon. Right, well there it goes. Okay then, let's flip you up. Instead, so I'll Book of Moon it and flip it up. Okay, so what we want to do is get ourselves a Trishula. Nekroz cycle. Alright, so you summon this one. As you see, Nekroz cycle can actually do from the graveyard. Alright, so Trishula gets its effect because there is one card on the field, hand, and graveyard that my opponent's got. Sure, it also gets its effect, add a warrior. So, what I'm going to do is add Bryonic. And anything. Right, so what Bryonic does, it can add any Nekroz monster. So let's just say I want to protect my monsters next turn in case if something happens, I'll get the Gungnir. Alright, so that's one way of doing things. Right, okay, so here's another opportunity. So, the first thing I'm going to do is there's a couple of different ways I can do this. I can either summon this guy. If they have lots of back row, you might want to summon this guy and do it, but I'll do it this way. I'll do Manju. If you don't run Danko Sekkers, then so the first thing I want to do is get myself a Bryonic. So I activate Bryonic's effect. I send him to the graveyard and I get myself a Klausaurus. There's a few different ways you can do it because you've also got the Preparation of Rites, but I'll just save the Preparation of Rites since we've also got this in there. We've already got that in mirror. So activate Klausaurus effect and you add the Kaleidoscope since we've got the Unicorn in our hand already. Okay, so we're gonna, oops, we have to activate Kaleidoscope first. Okay, so once again we tribute Herald of the Arclight. Here comes Unicorn. Herald of the Arclight. Now we grab Trishula, or depending on what you want to do, we're just going to go grab Trishula in here. We'll just pretend that they've got something in there. is just a certain way of doing things. So basically now what you want to do is you summon the Valve Chain using 2 level 4 monsters. Doing it. Actually, you know what? I'll get a. See, right now you can. I've got a level 4 in there also, which means I can also banish that. But okay, the first thing I'm going to do is deactivate Lavalval Chain's effect. Send a card from your deck to the graveyard. It doesn't matter, just level 4s. So you send your Jin. Now you can actually special summon Trish right now. You add, because Jin is level 3, and you've got the Brionic, which is level 6, so that makes up 9. What I'm going to do actually is do something a little different. Because they've got no card in the graveyard, I am going to activate Preparation of Rites. I will get myself a Gungnir. So, return Kaleidoscope. So now I activate the Mirror. And I will special summon Gungnir. I can also tribute from the hand as well if I wanted to. So I'll get rid of these. I've also got level 4s in there if I wanted to. So basically, as you can see, it's just offer monsters from your hand and or banish Nekroz monsters. So right, so yeah, I have to banish him one first, obviously. And then offer the Denko Sekka. Yeah, I don't have to banish the Nekroz monsters since I'm using the Jin. So Gungnir comes onto the field. Now since I use Jin as the ritual, they cannot special summon. I'll just activate Gungnir's effect. And I'll just destroy that. Right. And that's another way of doing it. So anyway, that's it for today. Until next time, thank you all for watching and see you again soon.